And joining us here on the Rich Eisen Show in his second year running the football for the New York Jets, getting set to take on the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Football is none other than Breece Hall. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Just got done with some practice and treatment and stuff. So I'm here chilling with you guys, getting ready to go home in a little bit.
Okay. Well, we won't keep you. What do you got going on? What do you got going on at home, Breece? What's your day like? What is your normal day like?
I'm pretty laid back during the week. I probably get up at 6:30, or I get up at probably like 5:30, 5:45, and get to the facility around 6:30.
Okay.
Get some treatment, the stuff done, and then we got meetings from like 8 to probably 11, 11:20, and then practice starts at 12:20, 12:30 every day.
I got it. I just want to know what's your life like? I'm
really boring. I like to just go home and chill, play video games.
What video games?
Madden 2K. Spider-Man just came out, so I've been playing that.
Okay.
With a lot of my teammates and stuff, so it's been good.
All right. When you play Madden 2K, Breece, do you make sure you're the Jets? Well, what do you do? Like, what do you do when you're playing?
It depends. Sometimes I kind of start like our own league with some of my friends, and we draft players and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I do try to draft myself, but my friends, if they can get to me before I do, then they always get me. So
that's not cool.
It's always a bind.
That is not cool. All right. So is anybody else in this league that we would know of, or they're just your friends from back home?
So I'm in one with Garrett Wilson. He's in one. And I think that's it. We don't have too many Madden players on the team.
Okay. All right. So who's better at Madden, you or Garrett Wilson?
I think Garrett is, because he plays a little more than me. I play like multiple games, and he only plays Madden, so he spends a lot more time on there.
Okay. I get it. I hear you. How are you feeling? Basically, how does that sound? I know you say you're getting treatment, but are you through everything that your rehab and everything right now, Breece? Because it sort of looks like
I'm through. Yeah, I'm through. I'm done with everything, but I still try to do stuff to keep my knees feeling good. And as a running back, you're never like fully healthy. So there's always a little nick or a bruise or something that you got to take care of. So I just try to take care of all that stuff and make sure I'm feeling as good as possible for game day.
What would you say is the current state of the New York Jets offense, Breece? How would you term that right now?
I still think we're ascending. We still have our bumps on the road. We still have stuff we need to get better at, but I just feel like as long as we keep practicing, trying to get 1% better every day, then we'll be fine. Eventually, everything's gonna start clicking, because it's not like it's just we're playing bad football. It's maybe like one guy off here or there, which can kind of like hurt a whole play. So as long as we focus on everybody doing their 111, play in and play out, we'll be fine.
How is Zach Wilson different from last year, Breece?
It's his whole mentality. Obviously he got thrown in the fire early and everything like that, but he's obviously been a starter before, and he's grown with his personality, how he commands the huddle. How he's calling plays and how he's checking us in and out of stuff and everything like that, and just how he's handling pressure. Obviously he's taking care of the ball a lot better and just playing better football overall. And it's been cool to, be one of those guys that, I feel like I'm an outlet for him to get the ball to. So, he never hesitates to get me the ball if he feels like he needs to.
So, in terms of carrying himself, is he different than last year, Breece, do you think?
Nah, not to me. I still think he's a great dude. He's real chill, laid back, easy going, and it's easy to talk to him, and he talks to everybody. So it's just been cool to be around him. I think Aaron's obviously rubbed off on him a little bit, just because he's so seasoned, and he's taught Zach a lot. But other than that, I feel like Zach's still the same guy.
All right. So then, how do you think Aaron Rodgers has rubbed off on him, Breece? What do you think?
Just with his knowledge of the game and how he sees certain stuff, whether it's from a drop back or making a read easier for himself, or helping Zach see a defense a certain way, just little stuff like that, and which is helping Zach play with, we call it like accelerated vision, just seeing how something's going to happen before it does. And I feel like that's helped Zach out a lot.
And how's it been to have Aaron Rodgers back in the fold as regularly as you've seen him, Breece?
Yeah, he's my locker mate, so I miss him a lot, but it's been cool to have him back for the games and stuff. Me and him have some really good conversations, and he's a real cool dude.
What do you mean he's your locker mate? What do you mean by that?
his locker is right next to mine.
Okay.
Like the
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
So when he's there, what can you share with the viewers and listeners of this program about what you guys talk about, Breece?
You can't give away the secrets of greatness, man. So I can't even, can't even share that with
Okay,
you.
so but you talk about greatness, is what you said.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are talking about. Because when you said, Zach being thrown into the fire, do you think that has anything to do with, maybe that cheesehead you threw into the fire during the winter, Breece? Did that have
No,
anything
I
to
don't
do with
think it
it?
has anything to do with that. I feel like that was just good luck. I feel like it pulled Aaron towards us, and then he got here, and we're excited to get him back. But we're also excited to see Zach keep growing and see how much better he can get as well.
Well, obviously, then the bad luck of the first 5 snaps of the season happened. When you see Rodgers now, Breece Hall, do you think he's coming back this year?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Obviously we'd love to have him back, but at the end of the day, that's kind of up to him and his rehab process. So, we hope for the best that we'll get him back, but he still has to go through it just like I did. And me and him have talked a lot about like rehabs and how everything's been going and stuff like that too. So, obviously I'm excited to have him back, but at the end of the day, it's all on him.
No, obviously it's all on him, but I mean, and I understand what it's infused with. If you're like, yeah, you think he's coming back, that means that that he's got to come back because Zach's not the answer. And I don't want that to be understood in my question. I'm just wondering if you see what he looks like and you've been around him, he's your locker mate, if you believe, Breece Hall, that Aaron Rodgers is coming back this year.
Yeah, I think he's too competitive not to. It'd be good. It's going to be good to, like I said, to get him back. But I'm excited to see how Zach grows as well. And I feel like those two together, like they're pushing each other. They have a good time together. And it's been cool to see how those two can really compare to each other and how those two pick each other's brains and how Aaron challenges Zach and how Zach can challenge Aaron a little bit. So I'm excited for both of them.
Yeah, and he also said to McAfee on McAfee's show that he's got a long way to go, but for him to play again this season, the Jets also need to be quote unquote alive. Is that in your thought process as you go about your business, that if you do your business the way you want it, that then lends more credence to Rodgers coming back because you'd be alive, Breece?
I think like week in and week out, we want to win the game and everything. We're trying our hardest to win, and I feel like with the defense we have, if we come alive and we start playing how we know we could play, then there's no telling why we shouldn't be in the playoffs. So I'm pretty confident in that. Once we hit our stride and once we get rolling, then we'll be fine.
And it's interesting, Breece Hall here on the Rich Eisen Show, Monday Night Football on many of these Westwood One stations, and of course right here on the Rich Eisen Show. Laken Tomlinson got very emotional a couple weeks ago after the win over the Eagles, talking about the locker room. Thomas Morstead did the same thing after your win over the Giants. Can you give me an example of the brotherhood of this locker room, Breece Hall?
Just everything. You walk into the locker room, you see we got cornhole set up, we got Connect Four, we got checkers and chess, just seeing how much time everybody loves to spend around each other, even after practice and after meetings when guys could easily just be picking up their stuff and going home. You'll see all the tight ends in there playing cornhole and all the running backs in there will be playing music and rapping or just goofing off and stuff. And like guys in different positions chilling out with each other, just talking, or guys in the cafeteria just eating, talking, and spending time together. All that stuff, it matters. I feel like most guys on our team have a great relationship with each other. All of us are we're willing to talk to each other anywhere. So it's been good to be around these guys. And I think another good thing is that a lot of the guys on our team are young, but we have OGs on the team that are, willing to show us the way and give us advice when we need it and keep us in check. So it's been good for sure.
So was that not the case last year, Breece, straight up?
I think it was. It's just like I said, we were an even younger team last year, so we had to learn how to win, and we're still doing that now. Even as an offense, we're still learning how to be more consistent, put teams away when we know we can and stuff like that. So I feel like we just, from last year to this year, we just took another step in that direction, especially with getting Aaron and how he likes to have everybody on their P's and Q's. And with him and Zach now, we know that if we're on our P's and Q's and they're going to get us the ball.
So let me just, if you don't mind, in a couple minutes I have left with you, Breece Hall, just stray out of our Jets lane here and ask about your college quarterback in Brock Purdy. Did you see when you were playing with him? I could see you got a smile on your face right there. His ascension in San Francisco. Do you see the makings of that right there back in the day, Breece, when you were together?
Yeah, Brock showed many times that he was resilient and great. Being at Iowa State, we don't get the highest recruits and the best players. We kind of are a real developmental program, and they relied on guys like me, Brock, Charlie Kolars, Xavier Hutchinson's, guys like us, to just be those guys that they can lean on and make plays. And sometimes it went good, and sometimes it didn't for us. But I always knew that if Brock had those pieces around him, then he's gonna be successful. That's just the type of player he is. He's the most competitive person I've ever met. He's a great guy outside of football, and he's dedicated to it for sure. So his success hasn't surprised me at all.
Are you still in touch with him regularly at all, Breece, or you're on separate coasts?
Me and him talk quite a bit. He just sent me one of our memories from college when we were playing Madden, and he beat me. He was like, took a video recording it and stuff like that. Like, that's just how competitive we were. Like, we'll get in a fight just because we're playing video games and one of us loses. Is like little stuff like that. So once I saw that from him, then I knew like he's one of those guys. Like, he has every tool that he needs to be great, and he's in a great spot right now for it.
How do you think he's handling this rough patch? This is the first major rough patch of his professional career. Breece, what do you think?
It's nothing he hasn't been through before. At Iowa State, we weren't perfect. We lost some games, and we lost some close games, nail biters and stuff. He had some heartbreaking plays, but I know him. He takes it to heart. He's gonna rebound. He's gonna play better. I know he is, and I'm not worried about him at all. He's still a great guy, a great quarterback, and I'm excited to see what he does this season.
Any similarities between him and Zach that you see or have seen at all, Breece?
I wouldn't compare them. They're both quarterbacks. They're both great guys, but at the end of the day, Brock is Brock and Zach is Zach, and that's respectfully to both of them.
Okay, well, a huge Monday night game, obviously. The Chargers are right there behind you in the playoff standings. We all know what's ahead. You have an opportunity potentially in the coming weeks to sweep the Bills, and then you play the Dolphins the day after Thanksgiving on the first ever such game. I mean, there's a lot of nationally televised games, a game in Vegas as well on Sunday Night Football. What can you, as I leave you here, tell Jet fans about what lies ahead and what you think you can achieve over the next month or two here, Breece? What do you got for me?
We're going to continue to play really good football, and like I said, we're going to be in some great games. With the defense we have, we're always going to be in the game, and once our offense hits our stride, it's going to be real fun to watch. So I just want them all to stay tuned and stay with us. Okay.
Lastly, when you're playing Madden, have you seen me in legacy mode or something like that? Have you run into me at any point in time?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. I'm handing out shoes to people who run 40-yard dashes. That's what I do.
Yeah, I haven't done the legacy mode yet. I might have to go check that out.
If you have time. Not just saying, not to make it about me, but I just did. Hey, listen, Breece, I really love watching you play, man. I love watching you play. Very few people, and me, I've been a Jet fan my whole life. Very few people get me off the couch like you. And I really am excited to see what you've got in store. And I'm glad to see you back healthy and doing your thing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it. Take care of yourself, Breece. Tell Garrett Wilson hello for me, and that I'm watching him from the opposite sideline. Tell him.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
You got it. That's what we Michigan men apparently are doing. That's Breece Hall right here on the Rich Eisen Show, getting ready for the Chargers on Monday night. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.